Hey guys, it's Krystal, and there has been some big news recently. Microsoft just announced their first ever laptop, and it's called the Surface Laptop. And when I say first ever laptop, that's kind of true and kind of not true, because they released a Surface Book not too long ago, but that was kind of unique in its own way because it was a mix of a laptop and a mix of a tablet. But this is just a straight up laptop. And it is a beautiful one. I got a chance to play around with them for a little bit. Probably one of the most beautiful laptops I have ever seen, mostly because it comes in 4 different colors like graphite gold, burgundy, platinum, and cobalt blue. These colors are beautiful, and even though they are colorful laptops, they're not toy-like or cheap looking because of that. I mean, Microsoft really proved that you can make a laptop look elegant and beautiful while still having nice colors. Like the cobalt blue and even the burgundy, they're still really elegant looking. They're not too in your face. You don't need a neutral color like black or white to make a premium looking laptop. Now, one unique thing about this laptop, when you open it up, right where the keyboard and the trackpad is, underneath that, the base is made out of this fabric-y material called Alcantara. And it's kind of hard to describe what it feels like. I guess it's a mix of like this fabric material with also leather and a rubberized feel to it. And not only does it look beautiful because it matches the color that you picked, but it feels so nice when you're typing and you're resting your palms on there. And another thing they stress is that it feels like nice and warm when you put your hands there, not like a cold aluminum feel that most laptops have. I'm not sure how it's gonna hold up over time. I feel like it could get dirty easily, but that's something I'll take note of when I pick one up. And yeah, when you're looking at this thing, you're probably wondering where in the world are the speaker grills? And yeah, there are no speaker grills on here, which looks really nice and clean, but we need our speakers. But it turns out the speakers are actually underneath the keys, and because we have that fabric-y material there, the sound just easily passes on through. And yeah, I tried out Spotify, listened to some tunes on there, and it sounds so good. Not only good for that weird configuration, but just good, period. Aside from the beautiful colors and the cool materials they use, it's also really thin and light, and it has a pretty big and high resolution screen at 13.5 inches, which doesn't sound too big, but it is a 3:2 aspect ratio, which means it's actually taller than most laptops. And of course, yes, the screen is touchscreen, and even though it doesn't come with it, you still can use a Surface Pen or the Surface Dial, which works flawlessly, especially with certain programs. And I mean, if you wanted to, you can even hook up an Xbox controller. When Microsoft announced this, it actually was at an education event, so its intended use for the laptop is actually for students, and you really get to realize this when you see that the Surface laptop isn't running Windows 10. It's actually running something new called Windows 10s. So what Windows 10s is pretty much the exact same thing as Windows 10, except you can't install programs from the internet. Instead, you gotta install them from the Windows App Store. So it's pretty much like Microsoft's take on a Chromebook. So yeah, it's a little limited, but because of that, it does mean your laptop is gonna be much more secure and faster, and the battery life is crazy. Microsoft claims an insane 14.5 hours of use. But don't worry if you're somebody who wants that full Windows 10 experience, because Microsoft allows you to run that instead. So the base model Surface laptop starts at $999, and with that, you get an Intel Core i5 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and a 128 gig SSD, but you can max this guy all the way up to an i7 with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig SSD, but that will set you back to $2,199. Like I said, I didn't get too much time to play around with them, but in the little time that I did, I fell in love with that blue color. Like, there's no doubt that these are beautiful laptops, but I want to see if it's something that I could work on every day, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.